Oh, we're going live. Oh, we're live. Okay, you know what I want to talk about today?
How about you talk about every time you push fucking play, my head's down because I'm trying to get my Instagram caught up. Every
Well, there's
time.
the first F-bomb in the first 10 seconds. Gotcha. No, dude, this is what I want to talk about.
Oh,
Crashing.
crashing?
Yes. And for anyone who hasn't seen it yet on Instagram, because I posted it about 5 minutes ago, I'm going to play it. Go to my Instagram, Ricky, and watch it.
Uh,
It's real, or you can watch the stream.
I'll just watch it on here. You did a good.
It's so bad. Oh my god. Just watching a crash clip real quick. I just posted this on Instagram. This happened a little bit ago.
The reason, I'll tell you the reason you wrecked. And the reason you wrecked is you're so fucking confident with the tricks that you do that any little tiny minor like mishaps, you're gonna try to ride through it because you know the feeling. Does that make sense?
Well, I had only done about 100 5-tap to ice picks before this too. So I was just in coast mode once I was in the ice and it was moving forward.
Right.
Yeah, that one sucked, man. Got my hand all jacked. Got my elbow. Oh wow, it looks worse on camera.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get to the thing.
You'll see it whenever it plays in the stream. You'll see my hand and my elbow. Real good one. Fun stuff.
God damn it! Why is it doing this?
Oh, you got an ad?
Yeah, but it's like not going to what we're at. All right.
Yeah.
I ate shit fucking yesterday too.
Man, it sucks. This one's like a bad one. It hurts to like bend my hand now.
I got where's the thing at? Like I got the
Yeah.
annoying ones, but I got the if you can't see it obviously. But like those ones where you
Yeah.
just get repetitive road burns and the hand burns. But yesterday mine's the same as you. I did a Canadian nose pick one-hander, and when I went to hop in, instead of like going with the flow forward, your bike goes backwards and you just go straight to the fucking coping. But I was on a DIY one in
Ugh.
the railroad ties and just rocks, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
I
man.
cut my toes open too. Worst.
Crashing sucks, but
Ah!
the important part, what the heck, is getting back up and landing the trick.
Fuck that. Give up. Fuck.
No way.
Start over. Nope. Fuck it. I quit.
Slippery ground or tires need to be replaced. No, I was moving, my bike was moving one way while my body was moving another way. Hit a slick spot and it just went out from under me without me knowing it was coming or feeling it coming. Luckily, I got my elbow up and caught my elbow instead of my face.
What's so weird is when people see a wreck, like, I mean, I could show mine from yesterday, but it's the same thing yours did. Is my front wheel washed out and I just went straight to my shoulder.
Is it in your Instagram post?
No, I didn't post it. It's just nothing. For me, a lot of times when I get those wrecks like that, they just piss me off.
Yeah.
So I lay on the ground. I don't get back up for a bit because I'm pissed.
Oh.
Because I know I'm going to have scratches everywhere. So I'm just like, ah! And showers are the worst.
This one wasn't that bad, luckily. I was scrubbing it and it didn't even hurt. We're just watching my crash clip repeatedly because I heard people like to watch crash clips repeatedly. Yo, you got a jug today. We're jug boys.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like I get more annoyed by little tiny gashes and cuts. Like I like ripped my big toenail almost off. So my
Ouch.
big toenail's like hurting right now. But it's like just little minor scrapes and scratches are more annoying to me than a big huge wreck.
Yeah. Yeah, because they hurt more for some reason.
I
Uh,
can't I can't take a paper cut. If I got a paper cut right now, I'm done, son. I
You're,
can't ride for 6 weeks.
and complaining and just whining
Yeah.
about it. I'm the same way. We have a lot of people in here. Hayden's Gaming, Tyler Richardson, Kevin Jackson, The Outdoors Kid, Taco Slurpees, Ayala, Sean Stefferson, Zach Hyder, Dan, Pink Milk BMX, Steven, Dan, David, Jeff Mead, Jacob,
I see a new name.
Sigma, Alex,
The Cuck one.
Kevin Jackson. Yep, Alex. I haven't seen that name.
What's up, Alex? I don't know who you are, brother, but
Welcome to the shit show.
When you see other lives, they don't even call you out for being brand new. We pay attention to pretty much everything.
Yeah, try to anyway. So, there's that. Crashing sucks. I want to tell you guys about something I'm going to make a video about at some point. But if you guys don't know about cordyceps, do some research. That's all I'm going to say.
Selling drugs now?
No, this is basically like an energy drink without the caffeine and without all the crap that makes you feel like crap. It's good
all right,
for
well,
you.
Since he wants to advertise, buy Milk Duds, bitches.
And take your vitamins.
It fucks your teeth up. You'll be toothless
and
homeless.
Your immune support. Be good to yourself.
Space Busboy asks, why don't you use gloves when you go biking? Wouldn't that help out for the grip?
Some people like gloves. I don't.
I don't either. During the summer, I don't mind during the winter because it keeps me. It feels like a resi, like I'm in a phone. It's like cheating to me. But during the summer, I don't want another wet component on my body.
For me, I stopped wearing gloves whenever I had a pair that ripped right on the thumb, and I did a tuck no hander, and my brake lever went into that hole on the way back from the tuck no hander, so I couldn't get to the grip.
That's why I don't do that shit. Like, I was doing tuck no handers the other day. I was like, they're the ugliest looking things. I do them just like Nathan Williams, even more uglier.
Safety tucks. That's what we call it.
Doing this. Like one raptor arm and then the other arm's like this.
We call those safety tucks where I'm from.
We call it the Nathan Williams shit stain.
Yeah, we call it Nathan Williams tucks too, but safety tucks is... That's pretty funny.
What are you trying to pull up?
Somebody asked what these things I was holding up were. So I'm going to send a link to them. I'm going to put a link in the chat. And just know, you guys, if you click this link and go to Amazon and you buy something on Amazon, it helps me out and you still pay the same price. Just so you know.
Okay, since this fucking money grubber over here. If you guys hit the link on the Milk Dud, I like. Hold on, Brad. You were like, wait, you asshole. I know you're going to say a joke.
No, I was like, what? What is this even happening?
You guys hit a link. Brad, go ahead and put a link down there for Milk Duds. Go to the dollar store. I promise you'll still pay $1 for these. That's it. It won't help the channel, but it'll help your cavities.
Here you go. Pack of 12 for $30. In the chat. That's funny. But basically what cordyceps are, because you guys are asking, it's a mushroom supplement that you take. It's not like what you're thinking. But you take this and it's basically like pre-workout, but without any of the negative aspects to it. I've been taking them when I ride, and it's sweet. Sponge was taking them every day for a while there, and he said that when he went to New York in the wintertime, they were walking on snow with snowshoes. He was hauling his kids in a sled, and they walked like some absurd amount, and he like wasn't tired or anything and still had a ton of energy whenever they were done.
Is this the new crack?
I don't know, man. It's It's something that people found out about and started using in the Olympics, and it's allowed. Like, it's okay because it's not a drug or anything. $25 to deliver to Iceland seems deal. There's no Amazon Iceland. Oh, what's up, Zach Reiser? Brant takes magic mushrooms. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Jacob, I do got a Rocket 50 a handrail, but I'm so particular on the handrail, and it's got to be a big one that I haven't found the right one. Because obviously you do rockets, but when you do a Rocket 50, the hop from your pedal to the back end and getting onto the rail, you can't do front peg, back peg. You have to do back peg and then slam the front. So you usually go to rocket ice pick first. So I don't want to do a rail that's like this, because every time I've tried them, I've face planted or chest planted. So I
Makes
just,
sense.
you know what I mean? Like, obviously I can do 50 and then jump back to rocket while I'm in 50, but that's cheating for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Joselito, I hope I said that right. There are no crashing side effects or anything like that. It just wears off, and then it is what it is. Like, you feel like you have energy, though, even after you ride. Like, it feels like you didn't ride sometimes, even after riding.
Hell yeah.
Pretty
Thanks,
cool.
Kevin. Appreciate it, brother.
What'd Kevin say? Oh, the podcast.
Yeah. That's right, boys. I'm doing more than just BMX. I'm on Podcast Ever. I always tell everyone when they want to do a podcast with me, they got to beat my record, and my record is 5 hours.
That is too much.
Think about the one we did. We were 3 hours into that, and it didn't even feel like 3 hours.
Dude, I know. But,
If
like,
you just keep talking. Okay, how many how many of these have we done where we've exceeded over 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours, and it doesn't even feel like that long? If you get topics and things at work.
oh, you're right. You're totally right. I'm not
Especially with
denying
having
it.
sponge in it. Like when we had sponge in there, it just went like.
Well, yeah, there was alcohol involved there. What was I gonna say? God damn, I'm talking about the people watching this. How many people you think could stay in here for 5 hours and listen to us?
The diehard people that enjoy. Do you know how many people on Twitch do 24-hour streams?
Oh,
If
yeah.
people like what you talk about, they'll do it.
Yeah,
If
you're
the
right.
topics, like, the only way to make something go longer for us is like a heated topic. Like, obviously, last week's was a serious one.
Right.
So, like, 2 hours and something went like. This
Right.
one's just kind of, we're winging it and just talking about things today because we didn't come on here prefab and have a little conversation about things that
Yeah,
happen.
this one's freestyle. I will say though, there is a GoFundMe now for this person and it apparently is mental health related.
Oh, it is?
That's what the GoFundMe says. So it's there. I'll
And
talk
obviously,
about it.
I'm gonna say this about GoFundMe's. Do your research on some of the GoFundMe's. Don't fall for other ones that are
Like
involved
fake
with this.
ones.
Yeah, because there's a lot where people will sneak on.
Oh, dude, people are like criminals, sneaky little bastards coming in there like, I'm gonna make a GoFundMe for some event going on and then take all the money.
And then they'll see one that's really hot, and they'll join in there and make one that's just a letter off from the one that's the original, and people will be paying into that one.
Yep, not surprised at that at all.
And I'll tell you the funniest GoFundMe that I've ever seen, and it goes with a person. So on Facebook, do you follow Sean Burns?
No.
Okay. So Sean Burns is very political
Yeah.
and very much stands out. So if he doesn't agree with what you have to say, if he says something's blue and you want to piss him off or get under his skin, go on there and say yellow. He'll fight with you the whole way through on it, right? So in 2010, when Anthem came out, Anthem 2, his video part came out. You remember the jump that he did in there? off the top of the tomb
Oh yeah, in the graveyard.
in the graveyard. Some kid started a GoFundMe for someone to pay for his gas money to go to that spot to 360 it.
That's funny.
And Sean Burns was so fucking pissed. He wrote up a whole thing like, how are you going to try to ABD me and then up me and then make a GoFundMe to make people pay for it? And I was like, man, that is the greatest thing I'd ever heard. And the kid just kept going, like, yo, don't be a bitch because people are going to pay me just to up your ass. And I was like, you better calm down, kid.
Wow.
I really wish that came true. It didn't, and I didn't. I wish I would have saved the GoFundMe because it was hilarious.
That is kind of funny. It'd
Well, it's
be
even better.
tight if he did it. Like if that went through and then he just went as a big F you middle finger to it and then landed it.
It would be fucked. Even if he wrecked or whatever and went. Well, if he wrecked and died, it would have been perfect. He'd have been at the graveyard. Would have been less of a step, but
No, we can't. You can't say that.
it's a fucking joke because it pretends he didn't even do it. But
I
what
know.
I'm saying though is, at that time, it was like I don't. Well, 2010 is right. I think a couple years right before the come up started.
Uh-huh.
So it was like around that time. So it was like the come up was like kind of talking about it,
Gotcha.
but not really.
Chris Gold. Thank you for the super chat and the support. Where's my Chris Gold sponsored thing? We gotta cover everyone else up. It's just Chris Gold right now.
No.
Thanks, Chris.
Remember when Ken Wed just came in here and just kept dropping $20 bills?
Bombs.
Was
I
it Tim Wed
personally.
and Kevin
Oh,
Jackson?
what?
Was it Tim Wed and Kevin Jackson, or was it 20 a
20,
grip?
20. And then there was another guy who, Ryan was his name. Sean, I need to make that video, but I honestly just keep forgetting about it. A video with all my drawings, my BMX dude drawings.
I forgot you could draw.
Dude, yeah. It'd be sweet if I had time. It takes so much time, though. Dan, I honestly could not care less that the General Lee was canceled. Like in the negative aspect of it. Like it's a good thing that it happened for the people who are upset by it. But I'm not upset and I'm not like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing ever." I'm indifferent.
I don't even think it affected anything. I don't think anyone's going to Walmart and buying those.
That's what I'm saying. How many of those were they actually even selling? Like, there's people who are dying on the cross for the DK General Lee when they probably have never owned one or ridden one ever.
They were huge in 2099.
Yeah.
And then David, you're right. Yeah, don't ride on graveyards. He wasn't. I don't know if it was like the gravestone he was riding on. There was like a jump where he jumped over the road. So I don't know if you've seen that.
I mean,
part.
he was riding through the graveyard.
Yeah.
He's literally riding through it.
I personally like, even like when you go to a park and there'll be like a gravestone or like that monument stones that are dedicated to someone.
Yeah.
I don't even ride on those, even though they have like the best transition on it.
There's always good stuff that's a monument of some kind.
So I'm not advocating go and fucking jump gravestones.
Nope. Oh, hell. 24 people in here hanging out with us on Monday night. How you guys doing? It's on a T. I don't know what that means. What's on a T? Because of the flag, no more General Lee. I don't know, man. I'm not one of the people who's hurt by it. I'm not one of the people who bought it. So, like, the fact that it's gone doesn't affect me.
I see the reason it's gone, but
Right, exactly. It's understandable that they would just be like, all right, we're not going to have this anymore. and we're not like we're gonna be sensitive to what's going on, and we're gonna take it away, and like it's gone, and no one's ever gonna think about it again. Let's be real here. How many people are actually gonna miss the fact that that bike existed? It's not like you can't get one. It's just that the DK's not selling them anymore.
I was trying to think of new videos that came out within the last couple days. When did we have our last talk? Thursday?
Something like that.
And I went through and I caught up on Colt Am's video. It's really crazy to me. Like Robbie has so many people that he helps out through the team, and
Yeah.
like as being, I know in the chat, I know there's some people that are all about I want to get sponsored and what do I need to do, and you know, like am I a good enough rider? And then there's the people that make it and get sponsored, but they're AMs or they're just on the hookup thing.
Yeah.
A good way of being like, all right, this is what I got to do to make it to the next step is usually to watch those AM videos that Colt makes. Because even the AMs in that damn thing are so talented. Max Vu, watching him grow up, I was so amazed. That rich homie kid.
Poor homie Rich. That guy should be on the pro team. That guy sends it.
Right. Well, I mean, see, that's the other thing is what qualifies a person to be pro. And on that team, how do you think about that? Think about, I think Colt's probably got the most stacked team. Think about bumping somebody that's already pro or adding another person to the roster.
Yeah.
Like
It's true.
that team, it would be just hard. But the most refreshing person off of all that whole video was Trev Mags, just bringing that East Coast style. Did you watch the video?
No.
Oh, I just recommend watching it because obviously watching Max Vu grow up.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's like 15 or 16 now, and he's just doing some amazing tricks. But
so what Ricky's saying is if you guys want to get sponsored, watch the Cult video and ride exactly the same as everyone in that video so that you can fit into the BMX industry mold and make it. Don't be yourself, because being yourself doesn't work.
I'm saying that out of all of those 40 kids that were in that video, some of them were so goddamn good that I was like, there's like 5 of those dudes in there that could be a pro right now.
Yeah.
But that team is so stacked. Like, how do you bump off? Like, yeah, Robbie, just kick Chase Hawk off. We gotta put little juice in there. You can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're. I mean, that's part of BMX. Like, we gotta take care of the dudes who are getting older too, and can't really do that with how small BMX is.
Yeah, it's you know, another video that was really like out of my realm, and it's not my type of riding, but there was 2 riders in there, was the new Colony video.
The long one?
Yeah, that dude that does
Zach.
the hang 5 bar spin variations.
Yeah, that guy is
amazing.
Shit. He is amazing.
And then that Pilaf or Palaf.
Yeah, I'd need to see his name in front of me to say it. But
yeah.
He's amazing too.
Those 2, but I mean, like, it's really crazy to watch riders like that, and then you go, I ride BMX, and I'll never be able to do, like, watching the dude that had the banger in there. He's doing, like, quadruple bar spin to, like, turn down and stuff, and I'm like, how do you just go to a skate park and do shit like that? Like,
yeah.
In my mind, I'm never going to be able, I can't bar
spin. That Chris James guy, I think that's who you're talking about. Chris James goes so fast at everything, and he's just like, he's on the brink between like sending it and being halfway sketchy and being under control. So like he has it under control, but sometimes he takes it so far to the brink of like insanity that it just gets sketchy. It's crazy and awesome.
The crazy part though is you take a team that's that big and it's got a lot of heavy hitters in it, and then you take the rest of the world and what they like to watch and who's their favorite and what pertains to them. And it always goes to, like, BMX has so much shit to offer. Look at the standard team. The standard team's like, there's 50-year-old dudes that are on that team.
Yeah.
52. How old is Rob Ridge?
He's about to be 50, or he's like 48 or 49.
Yeah, the team's stacked as shit, and it's like you can see front breakers. You can see like I pay attention to a lot of teams, like the Mutiny team, the
Mutiny
Birdade team.
still has a team?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
When was the last time they came out with a new part?
Jeff Kosis, I think. Oh, Jeff Kosis. Sorry, why did I say Jeff Kosis? Jeff Westcott.
Mutiny Bikes. I'm looking this up right now because I didn't even know they were still like doing anything for real. Team: Jeff
Who's on the
Westcott,
team?
Dylan Lewis, Tony Cardona, Robbo, and Maxime Bonfil. Bonfil. Let's see their products. Let's see what they got going on here. They got some stuff. Oh, they got their stuff. They got the Village frame. I can't see what that one is. The Comb frame, the Death Grip. Wait a minute. Wasn't there a different company that made a Death Grip? Or no, it was the Death Trap.
But the thing that you got to realize is like, there's tons of things out there that you don't even know. Like,
Yeah.
Look at that new company, Alive, from Japan or whatever.
Alive Industries, bro. They got Benny L's on there with a signature frame. I know.
Yeah.
The last thing that they posted was a Q&A with that Maxime guy about lockdown in France. And then they posted a behind-the-scenes video of Jeff Westcott's welcome to Mutiny video. And then before that, the last post was in November of 2019.
Let's see. Just started. Let's see. Yeah, boy, 34 just started riding BMX again, using plastics and a free coaster. Game changer. So you're about my age. I'm pretty sure you got 9.75 or 9.25 bars instead of a front load. You got a top load stem. Your seat's probably way more comfortable than you're used to. Your rims are way lighter. Your tires are obviously bigger than they used to be because back in the day it was like a 1.95, a 2.0, or 2.1.
Yeah.
For me, 5 years ago when I first tried a free coaster, I can't do it. I need pedal pressure. I don't like
Some people
that
need
shit
it.
sucks.
Some people need it.
I can't. Okay, when you do a turn down, do you set your foot for a turn down?
Bro, I can't turn down.
All right, chat. When you're doing turn downs and you're getting ready to turn down, do you have like a little, like, do you need that little bit for this so you can yank it?
Well, I think a lot of people do that because you have to like half crank forward when you turn down.
Yeah, I can't. Every time I'll be in the air, like I don't want this shit to happen when I'm in mid turn down.
Well, yeah, that's why you need the coaster I have.
I don't want a preset. I don't want a coaster that tells me, hey, at 12:32, if you set it at this angle at this point, it won't be cassette. It'll be free coaster.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Just give me a cassette.
You literally just coast with it when you 180 or fakie.
Fuck that. I'm an old man.
That's what I was about to say, you old man.
I am an old man. Fuck that.
It's funny because my buddy jumped on my bike where he'd never really rode a free coaster before, and he can really, like, he'll land maybe 1 in 50 fakies. He jumped on my bike and landed like 2 fakies in the span of 5 minutes, and the one I just told him he was going way too slow. He went all the way up the quarter and then landed it. Like, yep, it's free coaster. Somebody's asked about Scotty Kramer after his accident. I mean, he's already a BMX rider again. He's jumping stuff.
He means like full-time pro and stuff like that. I think it all just depends on how his body mechanics work, right?
Right. You can look at Mad Dog and see where he's at with riding again. I mean, he's doing tail whips and flares and stuff again. But
there's always an off balance. Just depends, right?
Yeah, and it's not as much. It's gonna be up to Scotty more than anything.
Right.
Morgan's frame.
I didn't look at the details, but I saw it and I got
seven
really
and a
happy.
half pounds.
Yes. Yo, no, I'm gonna be honest with you. I so the problem I have with frames nowadays is every kid wants small, like,
Yeah,
and they want super light. But what they don't understand is that small compact bike has a lot of pressure. So the frame breaks in places that I've never seen the frame break before.
that's
So
interesting.
so I'm seeing like with a lot of companies because they're making them more compact and tight, like they're gonna need to be more beefier since they're so compact. They need bigger welds. So all these kids wanting a 5.2, a 5.5, or a 4.9 frame makes no sense. Morgan Wade's making something that's going to hold up for himself. If you're going to
Exactly.
buy a Morgan, you're going to buy it because you're supporting it for what he likes. You have to remember Morgan came out in 90. Well, Morgan's a couple years younger than me.
And
So he's going to make what works for him.
Morgan Wade will flip whip the mini mega at Woodward and rip his brake mounts off when he lands.
Did he really?
Yeah, that happened when Sponge and Hollywood were at Woodward. He watched him do it. Like Morgan Wade needs something that has absolutely no chance of breaking when he's riding it. When you're doing a 20-foot double whip one-handed out of that giant big air quarter, you don't want to have to worry about landing and your bike breaking.
Hell fucking no. How scary would that be to hit a 20-foot tall quarter, go 30 feet up,
Yeah.
and your frame just snapping?
I don't think you'd have a chance to think about how scary it would be because you're going to be knocked out.
Thanks for the support and buying Merit stuff too, David. I think the limited run, I'll be honest with you. So, Hoffman Bikes came back from selling only to retail stores. So, they were selling to Target and selected other store like Dick's. And now they're coming back into the BMX market. So, they're not going to expect everybody to run back to them because, in all honesty, I still thought until I saw this Morgan Wade frame that they were at Dick's and Target. I had no clue that they switched and they're going back to doing their own thing. So now, if they're not selling direct anymore, they don't know the actual numbers they're going to sell of these. They got to return to go back to shops, so they don't have shops backing them anymore. So it's all a guessing game. So it makes sense for them to make a lower number to figure out how much they're going to sell.
They're also being made by a guy his business is like SM Race Cars or something like that. His name's like Scott Myers or something.
Oh, that
And
makes sense
and
too.
this
So that's
guy
gonna
is
come in.
so busy, I'm assuming, that he probably just couldn't make, 200 frames.
Right, but I mean, if you realistically thought about it, he might sell 100. My guess,
They're
and I'll be
already
very
sold
honest with
out, I'm
you,
pretty sure.
yeah, that doesn't matter. He could have had 50 or 30 or 40. Like, but I'm being honest. Like, the one person that comes out with a frame that instant sells out is Terrible One.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Terrible One will be like, hey, we have 200 coming. Do you want them? And every old fuck like me is like, oh, I got to get that because they only do it once a year.
Yeah.
And it's just like they'll give you a limited number. I think you are right because it's somebody making it that way. And also, they got to figure out how many numbers going to come. And then if he does a second wave, they'll most likely do it overseas to cut back on cost and make it better.
I don't
Not
know.
make it better, but
I don't know
make
because they might go with that guy again. We'll see. I just know he added me on Facebook a long time ago, and I just kept seeing him posting the updates of like how the progress was going as he was doing it. Dude, that alley oop that he did at Battle of Hastings was so insane, and then the flare. Like Morgan Wade is still at the top.
it's a shame that like when Props was coming out and he would go to Mega Jam or Metro Jam, holy fuck. And he did the Texas Tornado, which is the flip whip or the flare whip, and he was calling it the Texas Tornado. Everyone was like, what the fuck is going on here? Even like Dave Mura was sitting off to the side, just being like, I can't believe what this kid's doing. And just the biggest, tail whip one handers. Oh, the frame flip. What was that fucking
Bike
frame thing?
flip.
It was bike flip. but he was doing wall ride the bike flips and dying, like wrecking so hard.
Dude, that's Morgan Wade. He eats it super hard on his way to landing the craziest trick you've ever seen.
He's like Matt Sparks. Matt Sparks is the same way. That guy fucking does everything crazy too. But I I don't know. I miss that kind of BMX, man. I miss Metro Jams. I miss props.
There
I just
just
want
needs to be
fucking props.
jams. Well, Battle of Hastings is kind of like it's not the same element of Metro Jam, but it has the same vibe in that people actually get to try these crazy tricks a whole bunch of times without worrying about it killing their run and killing their chances of winning.
Right.
Because that's like what was so cool about Metro Jam. Even though I never got to go to one, you can just catch the vibe that it was people getting to send it and actually having a chance to send it.
I think obviously, like, it depends on who's running a contest and then who's judging.
Yep.
Like, judges are such a big thing, but I felt like Metro Jam, the way they did judging was just so great. Like, when I went to one, I lost my voice within 2 minutes because I could not fucking believe what was going on.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think that's how it's going to be with Battle of Hastings, and I think that's what it needs to be because there's got to be that other thing besides the Olympic qualifier things where people actually have to care about how they do. Like, you can go to Battle of Hastings and be a Morgan Wade or be a Dave Osato or be a Matt Berenger and just completely send it, and then you don't have to worry like, oh no, I'm not going to make the Olympics. I have to worry about what I'm doing.
I hope that they now I would like to judge and say, like, all right, guys, I know that you have your facility. You have a building in the UK for Battle of the Hastings. You also have a building in Louisville.
Yep.
So if you can do a Battle of Hastings in the UK, you need to bring that to the US and give the US a chance too.
You better believe I'll drive 6 hours to get to that.
Oh, you fucking bet your ass. I'd love to go to something like that. It would just be great, and it would be something big too. Speaking of contest, is Trey Jones setting his time
It's
difference?
October 3rd or 4th, whatever is the Saturday. I don't
That
know.
makes sense to get it that far. Well, the only thing that's scary is if everything perks back up during the winter.
Yeah.
I would fix it, but yeah.
I'm honestly I'm curious to hear what you think about this back to the Battle of Hastings, how they're doing these video qualifiers. There's all these dudes who ride like for companies who are making videos to try and qualify for this wild card spot with a video contest for the Battle of Hastings. I don't know how I feel about it I don't know how I'm going to feel about it if a dude who already rides for a company and already is well known in BMX gets it whenever it could have been somebody no one's ever heard of that just
Well, the
kills
other
it.
problem that you have is we're all fucking lazy. How many people were told that anyone could enter that and they didn't take the chance to do it? That's
Oh
the
yeah.
part. So I'll be honest with you. I saw Anthony Cantlow put his out, and Anthony only had 8 hours to film his.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I have to. He just filmed a full video part, filmed a clip for us, filmed a promo for a bar promo for us, and then was like, oh shit, I got to do this. So
Oh
he did
yeah.
one in 8 hours. And then I was like, as soon as I saw those videos, like, yo, as a joke, I just want to make one real quick.
Well, and they're being smart too, because realistically, in that position, the company's not going to be able to send you to Battle of Hastings. So, like, obviously, if you want to get there and you have this opportunity, you gotta do it and you gotta try and make this video. But I just think it would be so much sicker to have some dude we've never heard of win it than
Well,
somebody who we already know kills it and is already well known in BMX.
well, that's the hard thing is there's never enough time, and kids are super fucking lazy. You know, I could go back to, I remember when Dave Thompson was a no one, and he ended up winning the fucking props BMX video jam. Him, Taco, Mickey, that ended up riding for S&M. All the 5 dudes were all like AMs that I've never seen before. I've like heard of them, but I've never seen them. And then all of them became pros. And it's always like, you know, like AMs will put a lot of more work in or do things like that than just, I'm not saying that like a lot of these kids, because any of us, I even feel guilty. I'm like, fuck, I love joining things like that. I know I won't win, but I
Oh,
like
dude,
his
I
videos there.
yeah, I can't. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, you already
But
know. I don't want to. Yeah, but what was I gonna say?
I understand what you're saying. I understand that it sucks sometimes. It's always these names that already got a chance. Like if Rich Homie Boy put something out there, they'd probably end up picking him because he's already talented. He's already got those sponsors. And you're saying, like, what about somebody that doesn't have a name or something? And
Yeah.
usually those dudes don't want to put the time. It's the same. It's
Well,
like
there's like there's probably at least 20 entries for this thing, and half of them are people that you've never heard of before.
I saw Cosmic, the kid, I think his name's Cosmic from Texas, go in there, and I was so fucking happy because what he likes to do is nib jib things. He kind of rides like Shift Life. He's got a little bit of riding like me. He's like Kiss BMX. Kevin rides like Kevin up in New York,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like you. So he does a lot of weird random shit. But I saw that he put a video in there, and I was like, oh fuck. I wish they would give him longer and give it more of a chance. But I wish kids also tried more.
They gave enough time for sure. There was a
I didn't see
long
it.
time for it.
How long was it?
Months. It had to have been months.
I guess I gotta pay attention more.
Yeah. I hope they pick someone who's like a balance between someone we've heard of and someone who we haven't. Oh, like right in the middle. Oh, Louisville does have a good skate park, and I haven't ridden it since they revamped it for the highway that they had to do or whatever it was.
Uh, Zach Miles. The only thing with what's kind of a or well, I agree. Some people don't know how to do the work and do that, but everybody has a fucking cell phone, so there's no excuses nowadays. Every kid has a 10. An iPhone 10 has better footage than most cameras. I
Honestly, though,
it's so good. So it's not hard. And coming from a person, all I do is self-film myself. So a lot of clips that you see are mainly me filming myself. And I just take a rock and set my phone up and just try to get 2, 3 angles of one clip.
yeah. I just remembered that meme that was on Team
Dan
Weed.
Foley. Yeah.
No, the Team Weed meme where it was God looking down at street kids filming videos to enter a skate park contest or to qualify for a skate park contest.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That was pretty funny. Sean calling you out. He said, "Come on, Ricky, you just need to watch the weekly news with Brant."
I am very honest with Brant. If it obtains to something that I'm interested in or we have a conversation about it, I'll watch it. Like that's just kind of how it goes. Like
Well, yeah. If you don't care,
Brant
you
are,
just,
huh?
if you don't really care about something, you're not gonna put time into it.
No. But I mean, like that's the thing that you do and stuff like that. Like I didn't expect when I was making videos and I was doing them every day. I don't expect Brant to watch every video I ever made
Right.
unless I suggested. I was like, hey, Brant, watch my video.
Right.
So even though Brant has a scheduled video that comes and me and him hang out all the time, I don't get a chance to watch everything that Brant does.
Yep.
Damn, they're talking.
TES.
Hey, I
Thank
like
you.
this.
My hand hurts a little bit. That's it. I'm good. Whew. How do you feel about? Yeah, we talked about that. I was about to read it.
We made a whole video, so if you get a chance, go ahead and watch. We talked about it for 2 hours, and then he also made a video the next day about it. So there's 2 videos you can watch.
Yup. Yep. Don't wanna beat the dead horse and talk about it all again. Man, where are you riding tomorrow?
So at Merritt, we're slowly getting ready to where we're gonna go back. Not so much full time. I'm just going to work every other day for a couple hours to fill in orders and get stuff done. So I got to do orders and everything. Like people call me, so I'm still taking orders and
Yeah.
shop stuff. We have all of our brand new stuff coming. So we got tons of items that are coming in town, are coming over.
Oh
So we
boy.
got to get prepared for that. And I believe next week we're going to go back to work, where me and my boss are going to be back to work after 3 months. But we're only going to work for a couple hours, and we're going to be in the same building, but not near one another.
Yeah,
So, because we're still non-essential where we are.
gotcha.
And so if I go riding, I'll just like lately I've been really, 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 since I live in Jersey, and obviously every animal video and every best video that's ever been filmed has been to Jersey. So it sucks. So anywhere I go, I'm like, oh, that was in the video Grizzly. Oh, that was in Stairs. Oh, that was in Don't Quit Your Day Job. Oh, that was in the Red Bull Streets fucking contest. So I've been trying to find video parts that are not video parts, but clips that I can get in places no one's been. So I
Yeah.
have to hop in people's backyards basically to get fucking clips nowadays.
Eh, just go to the same old spots and do different stuff. Be weird at spots that people have already ridden.
I'm not motivated for that. Like that's the hard part. If I go to the Monroe handrail, I don't want to do like I've done two things on it no one's done, but like for me that's not motivating by myself.
Yeah.
So I have to get motivated by myself, which is so hard. So adventuring around and jumping around, finding things is exciting for me.
So, where are you gonna ride tomorrow? That's the
Uh,
question.
Probably in Fort Lee. I'll ride street. I'll go and find cellar doors and bitch about cellar doors because that's all Jersey has is cellar doors.
Word. Ricky's been to Malali all a bunch.
Fuck, amazing. You rode Malali's, right? Oh,
Nope.
you would love Malali's.
Yes, I
Uh,
would. It's made of
Malali's is crazy because every ramp has different transitions.
yeah,
All of
and
them are
half of
different.
it is made of my favorite skate park ramp, the 4 foot prefab Woodward ramps.
Oh yeah, they got those donated, didn't
There's
they?
a
They
lot
got
of them there.
I think 50/50 BMX or 50/50 BMX donated some too from Staten Island. So
Yep.
there's even more there. I don't know. They're still closed too
Yeah,
because
that's what someone
everyone
said.
forgets that New York City is still fucked.
It's crazy. Oh, is David? Where are you from? David Van Vley? I'm really curious because he called it a storm door. I feel like that's a European thing.
Yeah, it might be. The new Beacon tire is gonna come in army green and regular black, and we updated the slide wall. So the three times the amount of rubber, which is basically a guard that's built into it, so the sidewall doesn't get tore up. The slide wall is what we're calling it. We redid that to make it lighter because everyone fucking bitches about light, which is annoying.
Huh. That's interesting. That's an interesting thing that I'm surprised other companies haven't done.
We paid a patent for it.
So no one wants to license it.
No.
David, the Netherlands. That's in Europe. I was right. Called it. Storm doors is a European thing. There's a bunch of things like that. Like, what do you call the thing that you'd use to cut weeds with that's got the wire on it, Ricky? It's at the end and it spins. And the plastic wire comes out and you use it to cut weeds.
Oh, weed whacker.
Yeah, okay. So that's what we call them here, but over in Europe they'll either call them a string trimmer or a whippersnipper.
A whippersnipper?
Yeah,
Jesus fuck.
pretty interesting.
It's funny, like Jeff Mead says he wants something light, but like for the type of riding that Jeff does, like the abuse that he puts his bike through, like doing decades and things like that, I wouldn't want light.
Well, it's his
Like for
body
me,
that needs the lighterness because his back.
yeah, I know that, but he's just gonna stretch and rip and break fucking things if it's too light. Like, okay, Jeff, well, we have Kevlar tires coming, super light tires
Let's put
again.
some
So,
holes in them.
oh,
I've
we got new rims, lighter rims that are coming, and lighter hubs.
Dude, I've never not put a hole in a folding tire ever.
You haven't, or you have?
Every
Every
single
single
time
one.
I've ever ridden one, I put a hole in it within a week or a couple days.
Yeah.
Yep. I cannot ride folding
Challenge
tires.
accepted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put
Serious.
I'll put one in the rear and rip it up for you.
No,
Cause
I'm serious.
I guarantee all I gotta do is case one time and it's gone.
I'm serious.
Okay. This
Okay.
is
Well,
right
when
here,
we
right
get
now,
one,
people.
when we get one, Jeff's gonna be running, or not Jeff, Brent's gonna be running some Merit tires.
I'll put one. Uh, I'll put one on there. I got some new Alienation tires I gotta put on too, though.
Well, we're not getting ours for a few more weeks, so you can test out those things for a bit.
Them new prototype Alienation tires, the Sawtooth, or I think that's what it's called, Sawtooth. Pretty interesting looking tire.
I wonder who distributes Alienation.
J&B.
Ah, that's why they're everywhere. If I don't, it's not like I don't know. It depends. If someone has J and B, it's easier for them to get out. I was wondering who did the
Well, and
distribute.
J&B's just that's like one of the biggest bike distributors that most shops have.
It's QBP or them.
Yep. And QBP, I don't know, man.
See you later, Pink Milk. Have a good night, brother.
Geez, 1 a.m. Thanks for hanging out.
Where's he at again?
And Dan, I think
Iceland?
he's in Iceland, yeah.
Iceland.
Look at this. All these 26 people in here. If you're new, Pink Milk has been here for maybe years at this point, and we know what country he's from. That's how good we are. I need someone to make kick-ass gyro. Make your own gyro cables and use this gyro with the screw in it, Jeff, and then you'll be good. You can use Odyssey
Well,
cable.
since you ride for Alienation, have you suggested better things or asked for? Do they do brakes?
You want to know something sweet?
Yeah.
I literally at Interbike, I talked about making, like, if there was something that you could put on a rim to make brakes work better. Now the Vandal rim comes with a coating on it that makes your brakes work better. We talked about, or I had an idea for a plastic pedal with metal pins. And then now, a couple years later, the plastic pedal with metal pins is available at this point, I think.
So the Jim Selinsky pedal?
It's so much better, though. Dude, this pedal is amazing. Honestly.
It's good. It's good that they listen to you, though.
I mean, I don't know if it's listening to me or if I'm planting seeds that make things eventually happen, but it's pretty, I like it.
Well, if you're just annoying and consistent and you keep asking, like I want breaks, but what people don't understand is my boss has to design them and figure out what he wants. He's not going to make a break that everyone has. He's
That would
going
be
to
amazing.
design
Can you
and
freaking
make
make it
his own.
already?
Yes, but the hard part with doing those is coming up with what you want to do for a design and how you're going to do it and what it's going to cost.
Yeah.
Like the rear hub guard that we've been working on has been years. There was something else that they worked on for like 10 and somebody else came out with it before them.
Yeah. Is this hub guard metal? Metal?
No, plastic.
Come on.
No, I just want something simple and easy that doesn't stretch the frame. So that's the reason. So when you use the metal ones, it'll stretch the frame. So
You're
they don't
right.
want to do anything with it.
But my frame's used to it now, so we're good.
Yeah. But trying to figure out something that works and trying to find the right plastic is a pain in the ass.
Oh, dude, I can only imagine. I got a solid tie axle in my rear hub now.
How's that working?
Hopefully, I mean, I don't know how much I want to talk about it, but I broke my axle the other day I had the tubing put through it. People know what I'm talking about. And then my dad's buddy is a machinist, so he made me a solid tie axle from some titanium that I bought. And I broke it on a 5-tap to ice pick where I was trying to hold the ice pick and do a trick, and I landed wrong apparently, and it broke it. And today I did 5-tap to ice picks, probably twice as much, maybe 3 times as many, and it was fine. So far, went straight into the trick that broke it.
The titanium one?
Yeah, I didn't break a titanium one. I broke the stock one that has like chromoly tubing in it that I put in there.
So right now, what I've noticed a lot lately, it's happening to a lot of companies. Like we went riding yesterday, and another company ended up breaking an axle.
Yeah.
And I really bad want the Haro wheels. I want the axles that came on the Blammo, basically. The axles, the old 20s for the
Like
14
solid.
millimeter, actual 14 millimeter ones. Yeah. So back in the day, they made those big, huge, hunky, fucking huge ones that came on the Dave Mira one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Those big, huge 14 millimeter solid fuckers. We need those back because so many kids are putting so much pressure on axles nowadays. And all this lightweight weenie bullshit is getting annoying.
Well, just
Like,
you can't do hollow axles anymore.
well, the hollow axle's stronger than the
Well,
thick one.
apparently not, because I've never broken the only axle I've ever broken, actually, that was solid, where I actually broke it. I've bent. Look at this. This is my axle bag. I broke a solid titanium axle that was in a profile hub, but it took 4 or 5 years to do it.
Yeah, but look at how small that is. I'm saying they need to go back. Yo, have you seen? Go online and try to find the Blammo axle. It's on the wheel, so it's like a 14 millimeter.
No, you know
axle.
what you need to do?
That motherfucker is like this big, dude. It's like a dick. It's just like a fat dong.
Did you say whammo or blammo?
Blammo. Just look up Blammo wheel set or something. Like Haro Blammo wheel set. And look for the axle. Watch how fucking big that is. And that was 1996, 97, 98, 99. When grinding was just coming in. Those axles were the shit.
There's no close-up pictures I can find.
Just keep looking until you see one with the wheel set and they don't
Yeah, dude,
have...
that's 14 millimeter solid axle. That's the same as what I was just showing you.
No, they're bigger. They're bigger and wider than that. It's 14 millimeter, but they made of... Trust me, it's something else. Jeff, Kosis, tell me. I know you're on here. You know more than I do. Those fucking axles were retarded.
Yeah.
Do you see it? You find it?
I found a picture of one, but it looks like it's this 14 millimeter normal size.
No, they're like wider. Look at them.
It might be wider, but it's still 14 millimeter, and the length on it doesn't really like keep it from breaking.
No, there's ones that are bigger. So I'm telling you, I never had a problem with any of those.
Well, what you guys need to do is look up some different alloys of metal and start using that instead of chromoly. Because there's alloys of metal out there that are literally like multiple times stronger than that.
The other problem that you have is the price of that metal and then how much it costs to get those manufactured. And you have to pay for them to make them.
Yeah.
You gotta pay. Not a mold. What is
your hub's just gonna cost $400. Let it be.
Yo, I sell our hub's $180 and it's got Japanese bearings, blah blah blah, all this craziness in it, and it's half the price of a profile. And kids will bitch about that, and then they'll buy $110 just the hub, and it'll blow up in 3 seconds. And I'm like, yo, all you had to do is spend $60 more for something that lasts longer.
Well, that's because people and kids haven't learned the hard way yet that when you buy things, you should just go all out and buy something good, because most likely if you buy something crappy, it's going to break and you're going to spend more to buy the good thing and still have the broken thing. Need to change the bearing interface. The smaller single bearing hubs put too much pressure on the break point. They want expensive metal cheap. Listen, just make the hub more expensive and put in an axle that won't break.
Well, the hard part is right now is all the shops want dollar store shit, and they don't care about what it is. That's the problem. Every shop's like, yo, just give me dollar store.
You want to know why? Because they're not selling to
Yeah.
they're not selling to core BMXers. They're selling to the kid who rides it in circles in the town.
Yeah, well, I ride fucking circles.
OG Primo hubs had 6 bearings in there, giving massive support to the axle.
I don't know. I just need something, but it costs so much to. It's like inventing something new or trying to fix something, but it costs so much shit to just do that.
Yeah, well, that's why people end up doing like what I did and taking their axle and taking it to a machinist that they know and having them make them something that won't break.
It's easier for you to do that and spend 30, 40 extra dollars
No,
than
it
for a
was
company.
25 for the metal and then 60 for him to machine it, and that is a cheap machining job for an axle or for that
Right.
amount of
Well,
time.
whatever it costs for you to get for that axle, multiply that by thousands. That we
Jeff Mead wants in.
What?
Jeff Mead's calling right now.
Get him in there. We need a scientist ASAP. He's probably smoking 7 cigarettes right now. I guarantee you.
I only have like 5 more minutes, so Jeff Mead's in here. Turn on your camera.
I'm gonna rant about hubs right now.
Turn on your camera.
I'm gonna.
Let's hear it.
Flipping around.
Cigarettes and beer.
Let's hear it.
All right. So all the hubs nowadays, everybody's using like a mid-size bearing, single-sided on each side of the hub. That is absolutely creating a perfect break point on whatever peg that you're bashing around.
Here, Jeff, I'm gonna help you out here. Right here. You got one bearing here, and you got one bearing here. Then you got your driver.
Exactly. Put 2 bearings on either side. Give the axle something to get a little bit more support from, because that single bearing is giving you enough leverage to literally split that axle right there. Like OG Primo hubs used to have 6 bearings, would be like racked on the inside of that hub, giving a ton of support. You're like, yeah, you have to change your bearing every now and then, but it would give your axle like immense support on both sides.
Now, do you think it's because of, like, I'll be honest with you, weight plays a big problem, and the problem that I hear from a lot of kids is they want everything lighter. So then we got to trim and shift and cut and slim.
So a lot of dudes like to grind on the left side. Throw 2 bearings on the left side, and then you're going to get the leverage support from the bearing that's in the driver and then behind the driver in the hub.
Most drivers too have 4 bearings in them.
No, there's usually 2 6907s in there. And 6907s, they suck. They'll explode. That's exactly why everybody made the Ricky, your pre-coaster has it, the nylon bushing in there. Because they explode, especially if you do ice picks or any kind of.
This is straight out of 1999.
I have addressed the axle problem, but it's really hard for me to mass produce something. But I've been asking for heavy. I just want a big fucking dildo in there.
It doesn't have to be heavy. You just got to take a look at the break point. Like, is the axle breaking in the middle of the bearing, out the outside edge of the bearing?
They all break at the exact same spot.
Show us a broken one.
I'll show you 2 broken ones.
Your left side hub, just at the edge of the outer bearing.
I'll show you 2 that broke right now. Okay, so you got the titanium one that broke at the bearing. Then you got this one that broke at the bearing. And then the tubing didn't really...
If you threw 2 bearings right there where that break point is behind it, you'd probably give the axle a lot more support on that end. And it's on your left side, right? It's on your ice pick side?
Yeah, on the non-drive side.
Yeah.
Yup.
Okay, do you remember the Blammo? How big were those back in the day in like 98, 99? How big were those axles?
So the axles in the hubs might have been 15, because Haro does some OEM stuff. Like, remember when Haro had 40 spokes hub? Like, it was more than 36, 48.
Oh, it was 45. No, was it 40?
It was 40s. they did weird hubs that had 40 spokes because it was more than a 36 but less than a 48.
Right, but their hubs, like their actual axles, were fucking. I couldn't get them.
Yeah,
You could only buy
well,
Hart wheels.
they were probably. That's what I'm saying. They were probably 15 mil. They used to do random because they used to do a 14 or a 15 millimeter female bolt hub in a lot of their bikes too.
Wow, 15. Maybe I gotta switch the standard size.
Yeah, I actually had one of those 14 millimeter female bolt hubs, but I sold it to a Haro collector like a couple of months ago. I could actually have one here to show you, but I think those Blamos were actually a 15 millimeter axle bolt because I think I have 15 millimeter nuts that were supposed to go on those axles at the bike shop.
Interesting.
I think that's a good. I might have to ask the boss if there's a possible way of us doing something. Like we changed. We did listen to you guys on the new hub that we got, the version 2 of our free coaster, the final drive. We added an extra bearing and then cut something else out. So we did fix a couple things in it. So it's just so hard.
I usually get a pretty good, like Ricky, I know you work for Merit. We're a Merit dealer at work, but usually when somebody wants like a bomb-proofer hub, I go with the Primo, the mix cassette. That thing is bomb-proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the last cassette hub guy. But that hub, like, even that used to be my backup hub when I was younger, whenever I was blowing up all my KHE free coasters.
It's so crazy. Like, the older you get, like, comfort to me now isn't what's cool or what looks good. It's what lasts longer.
And it's finding the balance of that. Because if, for electric dudes like Brent, you should have a hub that easily is a couple ounces more than everybody else's because you spend 70% of the time on your rear peg.
Yep. I need that extra. That's why I got a solid tie axle now.
Well, Odyssey's free coaster, that axle system that runs a 3/8 underneath the driver's side bearing to give a larger bearing, but then a 14 on the non-drive with a larger outer diameter bearing on that side. That was like, that was genius. You know, I'm sure they had to tool building that axle in both male and female, but that was like a stroke of genius.
I wonder if I asked if we could switch to a 15. I wonder what that would do.
Well, you'd have to worry about dropouts then.
Fit any frame. You'd have to make a frame that would fit that.
Oh, God damn it. I keep forgetting it. Well, that's the other problem. And obviously, I hate saying this too, is I have to tell certain kids, I'm like, look, you're just learning how to grind, so it's obvious you're going to break it. Like, I sometimes that's what happens.
Well, it's like demolition back in the day used to run an opposite thread on the non-drive.
Yeah, I had
so
that.
Pegs would tighten. Yeah, kids' pegs would tighten up when they grind, but then when they go to the bike shop, I need a breaker bar to get their peg off their bike.
I never had that issue.
Oh, I've actually, like, especially when that hub came with aluminum nuts, like,
you had to torch.
You didn't put grease on that, and then you just literally break axle nuts off of that axle to get them off.
Or melt it onto the axle because it gets so hot. I've had that.
That if you get a good bar, like a good wrench on there, actually just split the aluminum nut in half. But that's actually another reason why I love my Clat hub so much. That axle and everything that it's doing is awesome. Like, I've never had to worry about the axle or the driver.
Yeah, but getting extra parts for that shit is so hard.
Oh, dude, I actually have emails right now with some dude in Australia trying to buy his used one off of him just so I can get parts out of it. Like, international Australian shipping just to find parts for it. And, like, anytime I've emailed Eclat, it's like, I guarantee you they're just taking that email and they're just like, oh, Jeff Mead, trash. All I want is pause for it. And everybody has left side drive pause or the lock ring kit for the inside of it. And I have 6 of them. I bought them all on closeout, but nobody has right side drive pause.
What hub?
Like the Eclat blind free coaster. I even hit up the guys at Powers, and I sent them an email like, If anybody in your buy, use, sell, trade section drops off in a clapline coaster, I will, no questions asked, send whatever you guys want for it.
That's crazy.
Well, the hard part is when you want something that hard and it's so exclusive to get, people don't want to give that shit up. That's
Right.
another.
Well, the paws are crazy. I was actually looking at other companies' mountain bike hubs and other free coasters, and like that paw is so unique. Like it's got a small shelf on the side that's actually like rounded out to allow the paws to lift up to engage. That like no other hub has a paw like that.
That's what you get, weirdo. Run normal shit.
Hey,
Whoa, that
I've
thing
been
is
running.
crazy.
I've been running the people one because mine actually finally died on me. Like it just spins now.
Dude, that thing's insane looking.
Yeah, you should see him take it apart. He was using rubber bands to keep it alive.
Yeah, I was using O-rings from like an auto shop. I actually have a small bag of them. I can even show you guys. I have a crack bag of them that I keep in my BMX bag, so I can do it in a freaking parking lot right quick.
Yo, sure. Look at that advertising.
You like that, right?
I do, man. I'm doing my job.
I literally keep a crack bag of O-rings that are the perfect size just for that free coaster to keep it alive.
That is crazy. Have you tried the one I ride, didn't you?
You know what? I was gonna buy it with my stimulus check that I got. Not to sound like an idiot. But I kind of backed out on it because I used that check from the government to get rid of like all of my debt.
Yeah. I thought, well, didn't you ride one at some point though?
I was gonna ask you to try out yours, but I think Grimaldo had one too for a little bit. But I haven't been able to get my hands on one.
Oh. For some reason I thought you did.
Well, it's like the Z coaster. Every time, like all the dudes that like, I'm sure that Z coaster is awesome, but it doesn't look like it'll work for my riding style at all.
Yeah.
Like watching like safety back pedals or like how to actually disengage that hub is like a huge turnoff for me.
Yeah, dude, that's what's so awesome about the one I ride. You just don't have to worry about it.
What's the price point on the one you ride? Because that profile one's like a car. It's
Dude,
like buying
yeah. It's over $100 less. The one I ride's $240. The profile's $350.
But you also got to
Just
pay
the hub, right?
$90.
No, you don't.
What?
You sure?
Yeah, dude.
Shipping on it seemed pretty darn expensive when I checked last.
Really?
Thanks for the support, Alex. What, for his hub? How much is his hub?
I can't even remember. I'd have to look it up. I'll be dead honest. If I could find a free coaster that just did nothing when I was going backwards, that would be the best.
Why don't you make a coaster break one?
Dude, I heard that Shadow a couple of years ago tried making what I would just describe, like a free coaster that did nothing when you were going backwards.
Yeah.
But if the wheel was rotating forwards, the pause would work. And I think that didn't work, and they just abandoned it. But like, if you could even give me a free coaster, I'll even pedal forward on it. Like, if it did nothing when I was going backwards.
That's what mine does. You can pedal forward on mine.
Like, it won't engage at all if you pedal forward while going backwards?
You can't pedal like you're trying to go fast, but you can pedal.
See, I want that free coaster to do nothing. I want to be able to go Mach 20 at a spine fakie and not worry about my coaster catching on the way up or down the transition.
Oh, it would never engage on you like that. Ever. It just doesn't. The only time that thing engages... What?
I've murdered so many of these hubs.
What?
Like, I have literally a park toolbox that is just a graveyard of KHE parts. Like, I broke those hubs that I know where people sit in the office at KHE.
Yo, Jason Smith just asked, what if you do something with the Peregrine Fat Jack axle? I don't remember what those look like, but I know the Peregrine hubs were like the greatest thing to have in the mid-90s. Do you know what that axle looks like, Jeff?
Peregrine? I'm I'm right. Like Ricky, you might know a little bit better than I would because I'm like right outside of that age range where Peregrine was like available to me to buy.
Yeah, see, I was like right at the cusp of it, like being the shit and then going out. But I was so young. I just remember if you had a wheel set, if you had that Peregrine 48 wheel set, you were a god. It's almost
Yeah.
like the 4x4 hubs. If
I
you had the
think
4x4 hubs, you were a god.
I think
Well, Rick, just
I think the
I'm going to
Peregrine
name
one
drop
is
on you in a second, Ricky.
Go ahead. What?
You ready? So back in the bike shop that I grew up at, there was a dude named Jeff Cron that used to drop off VHS videos of when he used to ride. He unfortunately was hurt in an accident, but Jeff Cron was like the most super tech ramp rider like around that time before he got hurt. If you want, you can look him up on YouTube. I think some of his stuff was on there. It was like ECD kind of era. But his bike used to be like full Peregrine, like the 9-piece handlebars and like the
No way. He had the 9-piece bars.
yeah, he had like whacked out. He had like the craziest looking bars I've ever seen. He had like the the rims that he used to wipe soda pop on, and they were like 90 spokes or something like that. I remember Peregrine was like that transition between some stuff that was kind of weird, but still what they needed at the time.
Hell yeah. BMX Pete said the Fat Jack Peregrine axle was a 15, but it was shaved enough to fit in the back of a frame.
Yeah, I have one right. I have it pulled up right now. That actually makes sense. I mean, you could have the part that goes into the frame be that small and
Yeah,
shaved
so
down.
it's like a shaved, like they used to do them back in the day. Because the frames used to be 3/8 back in the day, and to get a 14 on there, you had to have the slotted 14.
The minute you shave that axle down, though, like the between the dropout, like the top and the bottom of the dropout, you're doing nothing but shoving an axle in there that's doing the same job as the 14 is.
Not
So then you just cut
necessarily.
your frame like we had to back in the day, from a 3/8 to a 14. Fuck it, boys, shave it out.
But for that 1 millimeter, you're getting a little bit more material, but you're not really getting the strength out of it. Where's that one millimeter horizontally on the axle going to do for you?
I'm going to be very honest. The picture of that Peregrine hub is fucking sexy, dude. Those hubs were fucking gorgeous. Put up the 4x4 ones in there, Brant. Pull up the
4x4
gold
what?
4x4. Who made those? Fuck. Now, how am I forgetting this? How am I going to get a boner for a company? They were on all the Schwinn back in the day.
Well, actually, Ricky, just to give you a heads up, I think I have those 14 millimeter Haro hubs you were talking about.
Do you?
Yeah, they're on my DMC. I can't really show you a picture of it, but I have them. They're on the nuke-proof hubs.
Ooh, those are good.
I have them laced up to a set of Hoffman rims.
Somebody just said the Redline Triple X factory slotted axle 14 seal. But did you find those 4x4 hubs?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what to type in.
Just type in 4x4 hubs. BMX.
No, that's going to be XS, not Schwinn. It's XS 4x4 hub.
Yeah, thank you. XS.
Is it the numbers?
Yeah, XS.
No,
it's 4x4.
Letter X, like extra small.
And put in gold. Biz Jordan was sponsored by him, and Biz used to get like 20 pairs of those things. And I told him, dude, if you had all 20 of those fucking hubs right now, every person in the world would want those.
Dude, they had the most stacked, underrated BMX team of the time. Like Troy McMurray was on XS, Jimmy Levan was on XS. Like they had like a team
that was on there.
Yeah.
Yo,
it was
old man Flyer from the Cosmic Wheels shop said that he helped design the nuke-proof hubs. He's done a lot that people don't know. Have you met Craig? He used to hang out with Mike back in the day.
Craig Willis. I've never seen that name. Welcome, Craig.
Craig's the man.
I
can't find it in gold, Ricky.
Are you fucking kidding me? You can't find the 4x4 ones in gold? The hubs are gold.
I might have a BMX magazine.
The gold. Huh?
I'm looking.
If you look at Ride BMX in '99, where Ruben's on the cover doing a Ruben wall ride, I think there's an ad for those hubs in gold in that magazine.
They're sexy, but either way, that XS company was godly. The team was godly.
Dude, if they made a video before Etnies did, they would have been Etnies 4. It would have been XS4.
Well, the team was stacked.
Yeah, dude, I can't find a picture of him.
All right, never mind.
Like an independent.
Either way, we need a fatter axle. I say a 15. We get.
I think those hubs also had like 6 bearings in them. They had 3 on either side.
I got a picture of the hubs themselves.
Well, show those sexy things. Let the kids see the 4x4s, my boy.
Let the kids see what holds boats down.
Oh,
Let the kids
crap.
see what's holding those ships and containers in the ocean down.
Yeah,
There it
Garrett was
is.
on the team.
4x4.
That wheel set was that. After the Peregrine, that was the wheel set I wanted afterwards. I was like, yo, I got to get these. And I never got a pair because that shit always sold out. Sexy.
They were flop.
Jeff's
like,
internet is
got 14
potato.
tooth and a 16 on the other. Sorry. I think those were flip-flop hubs too. I think those were like a 14 and a 16 tooth freewheel.
Interesting.
They just don't make BMX like they used to. Town boys.
Which time? When they made things way too heavy or way too light?
Heavier. Heavier the better. Fuck your back. Fuck your body. I want heavy. I want 50-pound bikes, 45 tooth sprockets, KMC kink. What are those kink chains? The moto chain.
Oh, the moped chain that they came out.
Dude, I broke one in my life, and all I was doing was sprocket bashes and sprocket grinds.
That's funny.
We
So
need
much
8
deja
chains
vu.
back.
What?
Don't mind the toilet, but this was your Schwinn Joey Garcia bike that came with those XS. And it had in Ricky probably stoked on this, but this was my first ride BMX, and it was January 2001. But the El Jefe bike came with those hubs.
Oh, that looks sexy. See, that's a real man's bike. How much does that bike weigh complete?
Some like people wear backwards. Like this guy right here was like probably a 48-pound bike.
Dude, Todd Lyons, man, the wild man. Hey, do you know what? You know why that? What was the name of that bike called again?
The Wild Man.
No. I thought it was like the M88.
No, the Super Deluxe. I'm like flipping through here to find that XS ad.
Somebody said, get that off the toilet.
Yeah, that's where my BMX magazines stay, where I read them.
Yo, Brant, remember when you said you had to hang up 5 minutes ago? It's already been 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm good now. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. Well, at this point, I got to hang up because I got to drive an hour. So.
All right.
Yeah, whatever.
Jeff, thanks. Thanks for coming on.
No problem. Thank you. I know I really called you guys up to get in here, but I'm a bit of a stickler about hubs.
Yeah, you are. Well, it's good to get somebody that's got a lot of info on them.
Yeah, it's
good
sweet.
to get somebody in there because I suck ass at it. I'm good at selling turds, but I'm not good at talking about turds.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that like I can sell shit. I can sell shit to a garbage man.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to describe the shit.
I thought you were talking about merit.
No, why would I be talking about merit? Merit ain't shit. Merit's good. Golden.
He's politely saying that everybody makes shit. Some people make better shit than others.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, if you like a company, support it. You don't like it, doesn't matter. Don't have to talk about it. Either way, I gotta go, guys. I love both of you. Everyone in chat. Holy fuck, we have 31 people still here.
Yeah, dude, you're leaving them
Yeah.
though. Don't you feel
Get me out of
bad?
here.
Well, you guys talk to them then. I'll bone out. Fuck you guys. Peace.
Oh, whatever. Bye. He can't figure out how to end it.
Fuck, how do you end it?
Ricky can't. Ricky's an old man. That's hilarious.
Fuck, am I still on?
Somebody says my
Alright.
brother has a set of those Peregrine Fat Jack wheels.
Fuck me. All right, I'm fucking.
Ugh. All right, Brad. I'm gonna say peace too. Thank you for
All right.
taking my random call.
See ya. All right, Ricky. Ricky ended it too. Okay. That is funny. Oh, all right. Ricky's done. It's good. We're out this. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. That was a fun conversation that we just had. And we'll have more soon. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Chris Gold, for that super chat that you did earlier. The support means a lot, honestly. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon. We'll have a video tomorrow because there's going to be something new announced from Ride Concepts. And CX, you're late. We're leaving. It's over. Sorry, guys. Good night.